Hi, so I'm sure as everyone knows, we're talking about gun laws in the US this week, which is a really interesting topic. Sucks to be going on Friday because I feel like I'm just going to sort of repeat what people said. But anyway, I think the system that the UK has is a pretty good system. The only way you can own a gun is through taking various tests. I know that if you have to have what they call a good reason, which self-defense is not a reason for owning a gun. You have to be part of some sort of club, and they have to check that you're actually part of this club, and then this club has to be like signed off by, I think it's the Home Office, I can't quite remember, but to be a legitimate club that, you know, only shoots at targets and for sport and things like that. Also check your license, I think yearly, to check that you're still like part of a club. I understand the problem with doing that, the huge gun culture in the US. Like, as Sophie said, I think we have an incredibly different culture. To counter some counter arguments to what I'm saying is, you know, the argument that, well, the bad guys would get the guns anyway or anyhow. I think that's sort of quite a childish argument in a way. It's sort of like saying no laws work, which they do. I mean, let's think of, say, speeding laws against murdering people. If there weren't laws, people still speed and people still murder people, but I'm pretty sure rates would be a lot higher if there were no laws against them. You know, laws do deter people from doing things. And again, you know, the less you sell guns, the less guns there are, the more, the less there is to steal and to get the guns, if you know what I mean. That made no sense. I hope you understand. I think the stupidest argument that I've ever heard, and I still can't believe that people genuinely think it, such as arming the teachers, for example, at the school. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, honestly. To me, the whole culture of anyone owning a gun is quite highly disturbing. I really have no idea why people would want to own one and why people think it's okay to own one. Someone in the comments talked about how the UK government doesn't even trust us to carry a knife, which to me seems pretty obvious. Why should a person be allowed to carry a knife? It's a weapon. I don't see why people should be allowed to carry weapons. Why is more violence the answer to anything, if I'm being honest with you? I just don't see it, and I just don't see why any government would want to allow it. I don't know. I think, to me, it's basically like the culture's there, but screw the culture. Like, the culture has to change. Something has to change. The statistics of how many people die from guns in the US is so unbelievably shocking to me that I just can't see how something radical can't happen, how something has to change. And I think banning guns in the US is the right thing to happen, basically. Bye.